Hey guys, my name is Brittany and welcome to another video on my channel. If you like makeup, beauty, or fashion or hair tutorials, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that way you can be a part of this little family that I'm creating and be one of the first ones to see my videos. So today I have a very special video for you. You guys have been blowing up my comments asking me in person to please do a hair tutorial video, and I've definitely hesitated to do this because I feel like what I do with my hair, it's not really anything special. It's not an intricate hair tutorial. It's not something that's super difficult to do. It's not some secret that I have. It's pretty basic, it's pretty easy, and I can do it in about 10 minutes. I can take my hair from straight with frizz and a little bit of wave to it to this pretty quickly. So if you are excited for that, we're gonna jump on in just a second. But first, I just wanted to take this chance to say thank you so much for all the love and support that I got on my last video. If you're new and you didn't see it, my 6-year-old Bennett did my makeup for me in my last video, and it was such a special bonding time that we had together. When he was younger, he used to always ask to do my makeup, and here recently, since I've gotten on YouTube, he's definitely asked me to be a part of the channel. And I was very nervous at first for what people might say, because sometimes people can be cruel, but you guys showed him nothing but love. It's my most viewed video on my channel. I got so many new subscribers from that, so I am so grateful to you and the love that you showed my child. Honestly, like, I don't want to start crying because I don't want to mess up my makeup, but it meant the world to me that you cared enough to, oh my God, it meant the world to me that you cared enough to do something like that for him, and it really boosted his confidence. He was so excited and so happy. So thank you, and let's jump into the video. Okay guys, so for the first half of the video, I just wanted to do it without sound because it only took me about 4 minutes and I didn't feel like it was that important. So when I used to curl my hair, I would always just straight curl it from the state that you saw in before this. And I was really having a problem with frizz. I could not get my hair to lay down properly or to really do very well. So now, before I curl my hair on the first day after I have washed my hair, I will straighten it, just like a quick straighten. As you can see, it's not perfect. I mean, there's like a little bit of wave left in it, but really, as long as you get this top part, then it will lay down and it will look so much better whenever you're curling it. So I know that most hairstylists would say in order to do a good job in straightening your hair, you should hold it longer than just a few seconds, and that quick pass is not really going to do much, but I don't need it to. I don't want to damage my hair any more than what I have to. So before I go in with my curling iron, and by the way, I use the Infinity Conair Pro straightener, I am just going to put a little bit of the Chi Silk Infusion. I have been using this. It's like a clear, glossy what do they say about it? It doesn't say, but it's basically just like a gloss that you put on top of your hair, and it keeps it from being really, really frizzy, and it just makes it so much more shinier, and it smells so good to me. It smells very clean. You don't want to put too much, like the tiny bit that I had is enough for the length of my hair, because it will weigh it down, and that is what will keep your volume from happening. So now we're going to get into curling my hair. I'm just making sure that I get everything in there. My hair texture is actually like the strands are pretty small, like fine strands, like you can't even see it there. However, I have a lot of hair and I have a lot of layers, and you would think that I would section it off, but I wanted to come on here and not try to be a professional, not try to show you like step by step how I think it should look. I want to show you exactly what I do. And all I do is I'm going to take this curling iron. This is the Proless curling wand, and it doesn't say what the size is, but I'll be sure to look it up for you. I would say that's probably like 1.5 inches. And each one, and I'll fast forward you through part of this video because I think that it's going to be boring if I don't. But I'm just taking like a section like this. I'm not sectioning off my hair or anything else. And I'm just taking that and I'm going to wrap it around and make sure that I'm going away from my face. I do not like it when people curl their hair and they do it all the exact same way. So like they would go towards themselves on this side and away from themselves on the opposite side. To me, that looks so ugly. Like, if you like it, then good for you. I'm sure your hair looks great, but for me, it just looks so bad, and I would never do that. So you get pretty big curls. Like, you can see how much my hair shrunk up there, and that was holding it on there for a couple of seconds. I don't have a specific count that I do. I don't have a time, or I haven't like nailed it down to a science. As you can see, I'm going to take a bigger section here, and we're just going to do the same thing. Wrap it around. The bigger the section that you take, the more time that you need to hold it on there. I basically hold it on there until it's really, really hot to the touch, because you don't want to burn your hair off, but you also don't want to hold it on there for a few seconds, let it go, and then try to curl it again. With my particular hair type, that will mess up the curl, and then once I've done that, I will not be able to curl it later. So this is probably a good time. I can feel the heat going onto my scalp. And again, a pretty big curl. This is about how they should look, and I will fix it later because we don't want these like perfectly tight wound curls, and that's how I'm going to wear it throughout the day. I definitely go through and comb it out with my hand. But again, we're just going to take it, wrap it around, and then hold it on there until it gets really hot towards my head. I can try to time it out for you so that way you know. And the more time that you're curling your hair, the faster it's going to become around your head, because the curling iron does get so hot. So that was probably around 10 seconds. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off, but there is. This one goes up to 450 degrees, so you have to be very careful that you don't burn yourself. I've done that several. Sorry, I had a phone call, so I had to decline that for right now. But just gonna take this and curl it around. And we have another curl. This to me gives the best bouncy curls. It looks really, really good. It holds very well. Like, if I were to go to sleep and I just left my hair down, then when I get up the next day, it's probably gonna be pretty curly. I mean, I might have to go over some pieces. And as I'm going towards the back, I'm just picking out sections. I mean, I feel like they're pretty chunky. I don't like little bitty tight curls on myself. I think that looks beautiful on other people. However, I just don't think that it looks that great on me. And I have noticed no matter if it's like a ½ inch section or an inch section, they look about the same, honestly, once I do the end part and I work my hands through it. Like this one, this is already hot, and I think it's been on for like 7 seconds. And then I'm going to do the last one over here, and we're at about 5 minutes into me curling my hair. So super easy, super quick video. I don't know why this has been requested so much. I definitely don't consider myself someone who's really good at hair, not very good at braiding or any other technique. I know how to straighten, wave my hair, and curl it with a curling wand, and that's pretty much the bulk of my knowledge about hair. Okay, so once this side is done, and it is, normally I can do it in about 5 different sections, then I'm going to take my Not Your Mother's Beach Babe Texturizing Dry Shampoo. It says that it gives you instant results. It absorbs excessive oils. It gives you a tousle texture, and it leaves no residue. And this is in the scent Toasted Coconut, which is one of my favorite scents ever. And I'm just gonna shake it up, and then I'm gonna go back in and spray. And I'm going right up underneath the little section here, and I'm gonna do one there. Okay guys, so I'm back. I literally just had a heart attack. I'm sitting here trying to film this video for you, and I get a phone call from someone at my work, and of course I had to ignore it. And then I just got a phone call from my husband, and he's like, did you just try to open up a window? I'm at the house by myself, filming in my room with the doors closed. Like, what do you mean did I just try to open up a window? Well, I got a notification from the alarm company that the dining room window is open. I legit panicked, took my curling iron in there as if this is gonna do anything to somebody, and walk into the dining room, and nothing's wrong with my window. It was just like the sensor that I had messed up. I thought somebody broke in here, that this was about to be a true crime story, that you guys were gonna have to watch this video after something had happened to me. I just had a heart attack. Okay, so I think we were talking about dry shampoo. I'm glad it was nothing and that it just scared me, but still. Okay, and then I've sprayed a little bit just up underneath the layers, and you can see, like, to me it already looks a little bit more volumized, so we're gonna do it again. And for some reason, whenever I wash my hair the night before, my hair is like, it has curl and wave to it, but it's it just is like limp. It has no volume. Now tomorrow when my hair is dirty and I go to curl it again, it'll have a lot of volume. But okay, so I'm literally spraying this everywhere in my hair to get as much texture and volume as I can. That's about the amount of volume that I want. And then I'm not going to spray hairspray on it just yet. I want it to fall a little bit because, like I said, I don't want those perfectly done curls. I want it to look like a little bit of beach waves or something. So now we're going to go in on the other side. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to grab a little section of hair, pull it down, and then I'm going to curl it away from my face. So I use the opposite hand to hold the curling iron, and then I go back through this side. So I'm just going to curl it away from my face again on this side. And I turn the curling iron down towards the side that I'm curling. I don't know if that even makes a difference at all, but that's what I do. So, and I always flip it to the other side because I have more hair obviously on this side with the way that I have my hair parted. I've tried using curling irons in the past, like regular ones with the little clamps on it, and I do not like them at all. I feel like it leaves a dent in my hair. I can never make it look good. That's something, oh my gosh. This is just hard to talk and do at the same time, especially for somebody that has ADHD. But my mom growing up always used like a regular curling iron, and she was so good at that. Like, I can feel the hair sticking to my face. But her hair always looked so pretty, and I watched her get ready, and I always thought how pretty she was. And I did not get that skill. She can also do a really good job at blow drying her hair. Like, you know how people take the big round brushes and they'll go up underneath? She can do that, and I just never gained that skill. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just have my hair wet, and I'll just like blow dry it with the blow dryer everywhere, and I'll flip it upside down and blow dry it. Last night I didn't. I think it's really good sometimes to give your hair a break. A lot of times I am using, well, every time that I go to work, I use a hot tool, and I work at least 5 days a week. So the days that I'm off, I will definitely like wash my hair and try to let it air dry overnight. It doesn't have as much volume that way, but I think it's important for your hair's health. And also, it saves a lot of time too to be able to do that. I wish I could do it how the professionals do, but I definitely can't. So I've just found my own little life hack away from that. This, I would say, is probably too chunky. Like, to me, it feels too thick. So then I'll take that in half and then go back on this side. What is you guys' favorite thing to do with your hair? Do you like to curl it? Do you like it straight? What's your favorite thing? This is definitely my favorite. I just feel so pretty, like, with beautiful bouncy curls. Okay, and I'm just touching my hair with my fingertips to see if it's hot enough. It will get to the point that it's like so hot that I can barely touch it. That's when I know that it's done. Yep, this one's hot, so flipping that back over. And the good thing about this and like beachy waves in general is they're not supposed to look perfect. So it's okay if you have like a chunky curl and then a smaller curl, because it doesn't really matter if you want it to look like a little bit more natural or in that beachy wave style, then you can kind of do it however you want. Normally when I'm not talking or doing a tutorial, this would take me about 10 to 15 minutes depending on how willing my hair is to cooperate that day. Sometimes it doesn't look as good on the first day that I've just washed my hair, but today it's doing pretty good for me, which I'm happy about, but we'll see in the end how it all looks. Okay, now I have this big back section of hair, so I am just gonna take smaller chunks. And the more that you play with this, the better that it's gonna look and the easier it's gonna be for you once you gain that routine. Because when I first started, I would use the curling ones that were really skinny at the bottom, and that gave me these big chunky curls up top and tiny little spirals at the bottom. And while that gave me a lot of volume, I just don't think that it looks that good on me. I think I look like I had a lion's mane, and nobody told me that it did not look good. So now I have to suffer going through pictures and seeing how I looked. Okay, so that one's hot, so we're gonna flip that one to the side. And we're just gonna get the rest of this. So if you guys have any requests, please leave them down below, because I do listen to you. It's hard being a YouTube creator. I did not know how hard it was when people used to complain about it. I would like roll my eyes, because half the time they're not working real jobs, but to be able to stay on trend, get views, and do what you guys like it takes a lot of thought process, and sometimes I feel a little bit burnt out. Here recently, I've kind of been taking more time for myself, and I've been thinking about like what I want to do, because I want to be thoughtful about what I do with my channel. I don't just want to post something because it's on trend. If I don't like it, then I'm not going to produce it for you to see. And thank you guys again for blowing up Bennett's video that we did last week. If you have not seen it, I will link it up here somewhere. I don't know which side it's going to be on, but it will be up here. It is the cutest thing ever. My 6-year-old son did my makeup and he did such a good job. Like, it took so many takes of him deciding what colors to use, but I totally support him in his creative adventures. When he was around 2 years old, he used to always try to get into my makeup and he would end up breaking it or smudging it. Every time I would get like a new palette in the mail, he would be excited for it, and I was like, you know, maybe we can do something to channel this energy. He does have some type of interest in colors and he is like a really creative kid, so maybe we can do something for him. And so what we would do is I would sit down on a day that I had off work or that I was just lounging around the house, and I would let him just go crazy and put makeup on my face, specifically eyeshadow. Here recently, I've let him try to do foundation and blush and stuff, and he's gotten more and more proud of what he's coming up with, and he's gotten better along the way. And I think it's such just like a fun activity for moms and sons to do, because his dad plays with him most of the time. Like, I don't know all of the action figures names, and I don't know all of the cool movies and shows that they like to watch, and they bond a lot. Like, my husband is absolutely amazing with him. So sometimes I feel a little bit left out, and while we cuddle and watch movies and bake and do artwork and stuff, it's not really the same. So I always like to come up with things that we can do together to spend quality time together, because that's really important to me. So thank you so much again for blowing up that video. You guys got so many views on that video. It was over 100. I think it's like 115. And you liked it and you commented down below, and I read all those comments to him. His face just lit up. He wanted to know who each person was and how I knew them, and did they really think that he did a good job. And he was so proud of himself. So thank you for making him feel like that, because he is definitely the most important person in my entire life. So I appreciate you. But we're gonna take the dry shampoo again. We're gonna shake it up and spray up underneath all the layers. It's a little bit hard because I have such long hair and I have a lot of it to get everything on camera. This, I will go closer to the front with what I'm spraying. And I'm gonna spray the bottom. I don't really know that this does anything, but it sure smells good. So if anything, you're getting that scent from it. Y'all, have hair all over me. Does anyone else shed like this, or is it just me? Because I would love to know. My husband gets so irritated with all my hair being everywhere, and so does my son. Okay. So I'm gonna go back over, and then, yes, I use a lot of hair products, so don't come for me. We are gonna spray with my head upside down. And shake. And what I'm doing is I'm rubbing that dry shampoo into my scalp. If you don't, you're definitely gonna have like white spots on there. And I know that this is not what dry shampoo is intended for. It's intended for oily hair and for you to spray it at the top and then shake it out and then style your hair. But I'm telling you, the volume and the hold that you're gonna get just from the dry shampoo alone is amazing. So, alrighty. Well, this is pretty much gonna be my final product. I think that my hair turned out pretty good today. I guess I'm having somewhat of a good hair day. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna grab some hairspray really quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran out of my favorite hairspray, so I'm just gonna use the Bedhead Hard Head Extra Strong Hold Hairspray. I don't usually like Extra Strong Hold because I want it to look more natural, and I don't want to have this like crunchy hair. However, this is all that I have left in my house, so we're gonna use this. I would say like a light to medium hold would be good. And I hold it far away, and I'm gonna spray right at the bottom of my hair, mainly because people that have a problem with their curl holding, first of all, they might have a different texture of hair. They might have fine hair with not a lot of volume. But for me, if I'm losing volume or my curls, it's because it's up underneath. Those are the first ones to go, or at the very bottom, and I don't want it to be straight on the bottom and curly up top. So that's why I spray it the way that I do. Alright, so this is going to be the final result and the end of this video. I hope you guys weren't disappointed because it's not some elaborate thing to be able to do your hair. I hope that you're happy that it was a short video and that it's a pretty easy process and you should be able to do it at home or recreate something similar to this. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you could leave me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button on your way out, and turn on your notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos because I post every single Friday. You guys got my last video to over 100 views, and if you could blow up this one, that would mean the world to me. I gained so many new subscribers, all thanks to you. So thank you again. I love you, and I will see you in my next one.